I used to think that making friends was just something that was supposed to happen naturally, right? But the older I got, the smaller my friend group was, and it turned out to be. I asked this question, and I'm sure you asked this question. How can we make friends? How do people make friends? And how do we make friends that we can trust, that we can lean on, that will help us and are not just sucking us out of all our resources? Pause. But you know what I mean? Like leeches. When I was around people, you know, I don't know. Sometimes you talk to them, and the longer and the older you get, and the more you talk to them, the more you realize it's like it's either worth having a conversation with this person because I'm just gonna waste my time. I value people's time, but other people really don't. But I feel like the best way to make friends is to be genuine to yourself and engage. If you really want to engage, if you really want to be interested, then you should try. Fear is how you fall. Don't be afraid to talk to anybody. If that's the case, you're never going to be able to make a friends at all because fear is a real factor sometimes, right? You shouldn't be afraid to speak to nobody because 9 out of 10 times they're going to bleed the same blood as you. All the blood that we have in our body is red, right? 9 out of 10 times, because I don't know what the government makes nowadays. The truth is, the biggest thing when it comes to making friends is overthinking it, planning too many steps ahead, and that kind of comes with relationships too. I mean, when you try to have a relationship with somebody and you're trying to kind of interested, and you sometimes you overthink. That definitely happened to me a couple of times in my life where I way overshot, way overthought, and I ended up making the person feel really scared and really weird. That person never talked to me ever again. Told me to block them. But that's a true story. I'm just being honest, though, honestly. But I learned from that. Every situation that you lose, it's not a loss, it's a learning session. You can never think of it as a loss because you'll never lose. There always has to be a way to win. You always win. And that's the truth to life. Is you have a chance no matter what. If you're in that position, if you're next to that girl, if you're next to that guy, and maybe you don't even like him, right? Maybe you just want to have a genuine friendship. You talk to him. Don't be afraid. It gets a lot easier the more you do it. Rejection is good. Fear is good, right? Don't be consumed by fear because that's how you're going to fall. But start small. Ask questions. Say, what's up? If they engage back with you, if they say, hey, how's it going? Or you say, hi, how's your day going? Right? They talk back, oh, my day's good. How are you? Oh, life. And if they keep talking to you after that, then maybe they're interested, right? But you also have to understand to not do too much and be too weird at the same time. Don't be too pushy, especially if it's a woman and you're a man. It's kind of weird. And especially if you live in America, you're going to be like, oh, whatever. Just be cautious if you're a man speaking to a woman, honestly. And same thing the other way around, right? Because if you're a woman talking to a man, a lot of guys gonna look at you like prey, right? And that's just the truth. You have to be very kind of conservative in the way that you speak sometimes. Don't give out too much information. Don't say things that you might regret saying. Let's say you cheated on someone or you did something that you should have supposed to do. Maybe you cheat on your girl or whatever. Just a scenario. Don't say too much to these people because you don't know at the end of the day that's gonna backfire on you, and you in the room with your girl, and all of a sudden, it gets brought up that I cheated on my girl. Don't say too much when you first meet people. Just keep it calm, keep it sweet, keep it smooth. Try to be smooth as you can, and try to not speak too much because when you speak too much, it kind of gives things away, right? Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Patience is key when it comes to making relationships, making friends. If you want to create a relationship with somebody, you have to plant the seed. Now, what I mean by planting the seed is you just plant it. And you water it slowly, water it slowly, water it slowly. You are in control of how much water you put on that plant. If you want to dump it with water and drown it, what's going to happen? It's going to die. The relationship's going to die. You're too pushy. You text them, hey, what are you doing? This and that. The third, oh, I want to see you. Da, da, da. You're doing too much. Just be smooth, be slow, be subtle. Be like an assassin if you're really interested in a person in a relationship. If you just want to be their friend, just water it a little bit a day. And if it comes out to be a nice, beautiful fruit, then it's going to be that fruit. But if it's going to die, it's going to die. You're going to put that amount of water no matter what. That's how you should kind of view relationships with people, right? Depends what type of plant you're planting too. Some plants are different. Some plants don't need as much sun as another one, right? So it's kind of like that with people. People are not that different. Just try to learn how to communicate. Work on your communicating skills. Role play with people. If you're really bad at communicating, you only know that with yourself. Some things that you can try to control is like jittering, stuttering, little like filler words. I just use one, like, or or I don't really say that much, but sometimes I do. But that was a filler word. You just got to understand that not every conversation is going to go anywhere either. Most of them are not going to go anywhere, but just practice with, the old person in the grocery store or the old person you're walking by. Hey, how's it going? How's your day? They're probably going to say something, right? They got nothing else going on for the most part, playing golf or whatever. They got it like that. But confidence is key. Confidence is going to get you places. Don't be overconfident, but confidence is definitely a factor. I said, dang. But the truth is, most people are thinking the exact same thing, and they just never do it. You never know. Maybe that girl or that guy you walked by at the grocery store was thinking, damn, this is the most beautiful person, and it's you. But you just didn't say anything. Make sure you say something. Every time you kind of feel that in your chest or whatever, just in a friendly way, just say, hey, hi. Because some people don't want to break the ice. They never will. Some people will never say anything. And a lot of the times, I'm sure you experience this. You see somebody that you kind of want to talk to, and you're like, damn. And then you don't say anything. You're like, I'm never going to see that person again. And guess what? You never see that person again, right? So you got to do kind of things that naturally, if you're really bad at communicating with people, try to practice over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then start practicing with other people that you don't really have an interest in, like older people, or don't do children because that's weird. But people that you don't really see yourself talking to at all and really caring about. If you made it this far in the video, please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate that a lot. I try to, say these things at the end so people can get my point first. And then if you stay to this long, you can like and subscribe and comment. I read all my comments. But yeah, just be patient when it comes to making friends. It's not that hard. It really is not that hard. Just be honest with yourself. Practice with yourself and see where it goes. Practice with yourself in the mirror first. If you look weird, facial expressions is important. Your expressions are very important. I forgot to say that. Don't be throwing your hands anywhere. Don't be overly, moving your body and don't get too close to people. Just try to be subtle and engage in conversation. If you can't get past the third or fourth sentence, then just don't even bother. Okay? Especially if you're in school, you're probably going to see that person again. There's chances are. Just keep saying, hey, hi, how's it going? Da, da, da. And if they just keep ending up being a hi person, whatever. It's on to the next, right? You just say hi and how are you? And that's how they are to you. Hey, look, it's good to practice, right? Practice is good. And it's good to practice those highs and stuff like that. Just see how it goes and see if you're in school, go to clubs and stuff like that. Try to be more social. You have to be in the environment. In order to make friends, you have to be in the environment in order to make those friends. You have to be in the positions. You can't just be home. You can't just be chilling in the crib all day. That's unrealistic. You have to be able to be kind of mobile in a way. You got to be able to move around if you really want these friends. Nobody's going to come to your doorstep except for maybe your parents or your siblings and your brothers and your sisters and some of your family, I guess. Nobody's going to come to you and say, hey, you want to be my friend? Unless you're like 10 or 9 or a child, you know. As a kid, you are more, it's more easier to make friends for sure. Because I remember when I was younger, I would have all the friends in the world. I was the coolest guy in school. Now I'm just a bum. But, you know, the truth is just be honest with yourself and try to practice with yourself, pause, and practice with the people around you, and really try to talk to people in a way that you haven't talked to anybody. Not in a disrespectful way, but just speak to people, speak in a confident way about yourself, because the only person that's going to be confident is yourself. The only person that's going to push you is yourself. No one else is going to do that. So you have to start. You have to start. All I can do is just tell you to start, but it's up to you to start that process. I can't do it, but just don't fear of nothing, because nothing's going to go wrong and everything happens for a reason. And I can argue that. I can argue that for sure. I'm pretty confident in that fact. But anyways, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe. Thank you. Have a wonderful day and God bless.